Hi everyone, welcome to the next video on this page from Ivy and the Inky Butterfly by Johanna Basford. I think I forgot to say in the last video that we're using the Harmonious pencils from Castle Arts. It's just fun to be able to show you how you can use them on a page because the colours are a little different, and I think the set is designed to be mixed in with other Castle pencils but also to be used as a standalone set, and so I wanted to show you how you could potentially use it as a standalone set. Mixing it in as well, I know for some people is not what you like to do. I realise some people don't like mixing their sets together, so I'm trying to come in a little closer and try and get you a bit straighter. There we go. So we have our florals to do. I'm actually going to start with the vine work. I think that's the easiest, and I'm going to use quite a dark colour for that. I think I'm going to use the pine green. We've basically got three dark greens. The bayberry, I'll show you on this swatch because it's really intense. We've got the bayberry and the seaweed, but you can see the pine green isn't quite as intense, and I think that might work better because I don't want my stems standing out as if they're really bright. And of course I could use a slightly lighter touch, but then it's quite hard to do a light touch in such a small area, I find personally. So I'm going to use the pine green, and I'm going to try and layer it up enough so that I just need to go over each one once, so you can see me going back and forth a little bit just to fill in the space. And we're just going to do all the vines on both sides the same. I've decided that I will do this symmetrically. I think excuse me, the bottom ones we didn't, and I think it worked, but because our compass is symmetrical I think it makes more sense up here. Also, I'm not sure I can think of 8 different ideas for flower colours, so I'm going to make them match across. I haven't decided really whether to just do one side with you, but I think I might just do both. I'm up for that. I think you'll have to bear with me though, because we're when I do this side, my hand's going to be there and it's going to it'll make it blurred, but there isn't. Yeah, I can focus my camera just on the desk, I think, but then it means that if I try and show you a pencil colour written on the pencil, that'll be blurred. So it's, I don't know, not only a few people complain about the blurring. It's just temporary, I think. So here we go. You'll just have to look at my hand. It's very exciting. But you know what I'm colouring. There's nothing, you don't need to see because I'm just filling it. And I hope you might be following along anyway and not looking at the screen all the time. I try and get my hand out as much as I can. And well, what I think I'm going to do with the leaves is use the same colour. I think it makes sense to use the same colour, but we'll not just use this one colour. I want the leaves to be a little bit less intense. So I'll show you over here where my hand's not in shot, it won't go blurry. So for each leaf, near where it's base, so where it's near the flower, I'm going to put a heavy layer of this and then just fade it down like that. I'm going to do that on every leaf, and then we're going to come back with another colour and just finish it off and make it intense throughout, so we can, but a lighter colour, and I will choose that in a bit. I'll show you how I'm going to choose it. Basically, when I look at like greens, let's talk about our greens. We had there as I showed you before, there were the 3 different greens, the bayberry and the seaweed. The seaweed is really dark. It's almost a sort of blackish greyish green. This is quite greyish too. And the bayberry is almost a bluey green. So what I do is I look at the pale greens and see what matches this the best. So we have a seafoam green, for example, which to me looks quite bluey. So I would probably use that together with the bayberry or maybe the seaweed. we have a mellow sage, which is a slightly more intense green than some of the others, and I think that goes with this very well. But we also have a pale apple, which I think looks a slightly grey-green too, so I think we might use that one. The aloe green to me looks a little bit more bluey, so I would use that together with the other two greens, you know. So that's sort of my thinking. Of course, you might be happy to leave it like this without another layer of green on top, which would also be perfectly acceptable, because it's reasonably vibrant. So I see no reason why you couldn't just leave it without any other green on there. But I feel like I just want to combine the colours a little bit just to show you how we can mix them up. Because I think you would know yourself how to just apply one colour, but I think knowing how to use them in combination with each other is a little bit more useful, and also gives an extra sort of element to the picture, which might not be noticeable, but might be. I don't know. Now I'm ignoring this folded over bit of leaf here. I always find them really hard to deal with, and in some cases I would put a bit of shadow under it, that sort of thing, but I'm not. I'm keeping it a bit simpler because our point of this picture isn't to try and make the leaf look realistic and put in shade and shadows and things. That's not what we're doing. We don't really have a big enough range of colours. So what did I say I was going to use? The pale apple, I think. Let's hope so, because that's what I'm grabbed. So here we are with our pale apple. And I'm just going to go over every leaf. I'm going to start about halfway so I don't fade the whole thing. You know, I want the base, to look more intense and dark, and then go over the tip just to pop some colour on that end. Now, if you like warm colours, this really isn't a palette for you. It would be lovely, wouldn't it, if they brought out a warm colour palette with all sorts of oranges and yellows and reds and things. But these are most definitely cold colours, which makes for a lovely night-ish atmosphere, I think. And I picked this particular picture because we've got this sort of magical look. I just felt that it worked really well with these pencils. But if you were doing a daytime scene with sunshine and things, it's not going to be the right combo. But I think for a magical or nighttime sort of atmosphere, I think it works really well. This pencil is very pale. It's quite difficult to actually get it to show up. Sometimes a sharp point helps. Yep. Oh, there we go. Okay, now we've got our flowers. Now the centres are tricky. We've got no yellow, which, you know, might be an obvious grab. We do have this one warm colour, the wheatgrass, and the calamine is more of a warmish pink, I think, but they're really so different to all the rest. It would work with the brown. Let me think. Yes, I am going to make it work with the brown. Let's try this. This is a mocha. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of mocha all the way around the edge of that central bit and then fade it in like that. There we go. God, silent concentration. Yeah, I think I was saying in yesterday's video that I had some compilations to show you, or was it earlier on today's, I don't know. But I've got a few days when I'm not going to be able to record videos coming up. So what I've done is I've made a couple of compilation videos of old older videos for you to have a look at. Might be good for people who are new to the channel who may not have seen them anyway. Oops, just knock over my sharpener. But also, here's the wheatgrass. It gives you an idea of the sort of thing that you get as a member of my channel as well. So I'm going right over the top. Because members of my channel get a compilation video. So for example, this page here there's going to be 3 videos in total. We've got the snowdrops one, the compass one, and this one. And what I'll do is I'll put them together as a compilation, and it makes it easier then for the members. They can just do the whole page in one go, actually go off searching for where the other videos are and things like that. And they also normally would get it early. They probably won't with this one because I've left it a bit late to organise myself, but I'm trying to think what I'm going to do with those flowers. I know. I'm going to take a really vibrant colour, so I'm going to start with the night blue and do that for around the edge and the little triangle bits in the middle, and then we're going to pick a similar but lighter version of this the colour to do the petals with. Okay, so this is, as I say, sorry, night blue. So we're going to go around the edge. Yes, so what members usually get is early access to a compilation video if it's a series. They don't get early access to everything. They get early access always to the planner pages because I just happen to do those always in advance. And yeah, as I say, to any other series if I can, or they'll definitely get a compilation like this one. As I say, recording this today, the snowdrops video is coming out this afternoon, so the compilation probably won't be ready by then because it takes quite a bit of fiddling. Also, I have to upload it, and I can't upload when my son's streaming. I'm not sure if he's streaming this afternoon. No, he doesn't stream on Thursdays. But I will try to get it up as soon as for my members, but no guarantee. So that's the first one. Now I'm going to look for a blue which is similar. So if we look at this, this is the night blue, this one here. So it's quite a grey blue, almost an indigo. So I want a light blue which works, and I think the forget-me-not is the most grey blue. The cumulus probably is, but it's a little bit pale. So I'm going to use the forget-me-not because it's a little bit bright, a little bit more intense in its colour. I'm just going to sharpen it. Here he is, forget-me-not, and I'm just going to fill this in. I'm not going to try and do anything too special with it. I think it will actually look, it's quite interesting how goldish those flower centres look. Not goldish, but sort of metallic, considering that wasn't what I was trying to go for. I rather like it. Oh, excuse me, sniffing away. So, so I just wanted to give you a little taster of what members get, partly, but also it gives me a bit of time to not have to make videos, and still gives you something to watch because, as I say, I've got a few things going on. I am going to use the amaretto next. It's we used it for the butterfly, I think. Amaretto, and this is going to be my strong colour. It goes really well with this centre colour, I think. And yeah, I think I made 5 of those compilation videos, but what I will do is I will put them out when I haven't got anything else. And I'm going to keep up with the planner and a little something for the morning. I've actually got an Ivy series running which started a few days ago. Well, I don't know when this video is going out, but I'm a bit disorganised. Yeah, I've got disorganised because I've been watching tennis, but also I've been trying to do things while I'm watching it, so making swatch charts and editing and stuff, so not completely disorganised, but I have got some appointments coming up, so that's going to take time. So the one that goes best with this, so this is our amaretto, whoops, down here. Now let me show you on this one, it's easier. The amaretto's here. I'm thinking maybe the wheatgrass works. It's really pale. But I think I'm going to try it, and if it's too pale, we've used it already for our flower centres. I'm going to try it and see whether I can layer it up enough for it to show up. I think it will. But these are quite good because although some of them look a little bit pastel-y, if you layer them up they do get darker. Whereas I find some pastel tones, however much you layer them, all you do is end up denting the paper and they don't seem to intensify. But I'm okay with that. If it's too pale for you, put a tiny layer of amaretto behind it or on top, and then put another layer of wheatgrass on top of that again. Okay. Next I'm going to do what should we do? I'm looking at the blueberry, but I'm trying to find a lighter tone to go with it. I think I've got, yeah, I'm going to do blueberry. Where is it? Have I used it already? No. Oh, there it is. Excuse me. So here's the blueberry. I need to sharpen it. I can't believe I'm wearing these out so much they need sharpening already. I have been playing with them a fair bit, sort of getting used to them so that I could show you things to do with them and just enjoying them as well. So thank you to Castle for sending them to me. And oh, I don't know how much I've mentioned this, but I was checking actually, I didn't mention this since I've checked. Now the discount that I have for Castle, now if you use my code in the description of the video, you can get 20% off your Castle purchase. If you're in the UK, from what it looks like in the terms of the code, it's a little tricky. If you're in the UK, it looks like you can get 20% off every time you use my code, I think. If you're in the USA, you can only use it once. I think that's how it works. But it is always worth, as I say a lot in videos when I use Castles, looking out for offers. Like, I haven't bought anything from Castle for ages because I have bought things from them before, but because they send me stuff for free. So, to show you, you know. So the other day they sent me a discount. Was it £10 off or something like that? So, you know, sometimes if you don't shop from them for a while, you might get a little something discount thing, you know. Now I'm looking at, oh, let's go back to here. So we've just used our blueberry here, and I'm going to use, I'm thinking I'm going to use, whoops, let's go up here, one of these colours to go with it. I think the dark iris is probably the best. So there we go, dark iris. Just going to sharpen it because it's sort of bluish, I guess, more bluish, and I'm going to use it lightly because it's actually fairly intense. But I'm just going to gently layer it because I want my outline to stand out like it has done with the others. Now, I'd never colour flowers like this normally. I don't normally like highlighting the outside rims because flowers don't look like that. But it's been quite fun showing you how to match up the colours and things, doing it this way. So maybe I'll do it again. Normally I would also try and make it darker under this bit to make it look a bit more three-dimensional. under those V shapes, but we're not doing that this time. So our last flower, I'm just trying to pick a colour. We don't want to use beetroot because we've obviously used it here, but I'm thinking maybe, actually I think we'll use the eggplant. Where are you? There. So it's a nice bright, it is another purple, but I think it'll work. Right, it's more of a, it's a slightly more pinky purple, but not so much that it looks too much like the one on our compass. So don't really want our flowers to distract your attention. The compass should be the main focus, I feel, in this page. To me it seems like it's, you know, the important bit of the story, if you read the story. So it's just the same again, really, just blocking it in, and then we'll pick a colour. Do you want to try and pick a colour this time? Have a look and see which one you would match. See if you did boost your confidence in trying to match. So look at the eggplant, look at the other colours on the swatch chart, and see what you would match it with. If you've got my swatch chart that's in colour order, it's a little bit easier, I think, to find matches. But have a little look, and that might help you. I think there's one that sort of stands out for me that goes with this better than any others. Did you choose? So here's the eggplant there. I think that purple rose is just the obvious choice to go next to it, but the dark pearl would also work, but even one of these. But I'm going to use the purple rose, if I can find it. Where is it? I thought mine, oh, there it is. It's because it goes across to the new tin. There we go. So here it is, purple rose. Did we use that? No, we haven't used that yet. That's good. I don't want to use any of the colours I've used in here. I'm sure I've said that a billion times. But it's quite similar, isn't it, to this? But of course that's a combination of two colours. It's not just one colour. And there we go. Now, as I've coloured this, I've been thinking about all these stars and dots and things and what to do with them. And I've decided that I want to do them in a silvery colour because I think that works with the cold colours that we've got going on here well. And also we've got silver going on here. It's going to look really different to the silver that we've got going on here, and I think that's fine. Now we could use, I've got a few choices that I'm thinking about. I've got my Stardust glitter pens, so I could use the silver glitter. I've got my metallic shiny, so I could just use the plain silver there. And I have got I've got some stickers. I'm not using those. I've got just a shiny glitter pen. I think I want a bit of silver in it though. I think I'm going to go for the metallic, partly because my pens are nearly run out. Now I have got a Posca silver which would work just as well. I'm just using this one because it's in here. So I'm just going to go over each dot. I'm going to try to overlap the black ink with these if I can. And I'm doing everything in silver. You might choose to pick some purples and blues and pinks as well. You know, the colours that we've used on the page. But I just feel that I want it all to be in silver. And we've got all these odd shapes and things. But yes, I mean, it would absolutely work with a mix of different colours. But I'm just going to do all silver. I don't know if my colours of my pens would quite go with the colours of the pencils as well. It's part of my reasoning. Oh, I was finding these so hard. Stars are quite tricky as well, to sort of get the right shape with a pen. just going to actually hold the corner of my paper down. When your paper keeps moving about, it makes it even harder. You could use the silver pencil as well. I didn't say that, but in the castles, if you've got the metallic set, you'll have a silver pencil. I can't remember what the silver is called, but it's pretty obvious, I think, which one is the silver. Also, other pencil sets have silvers. There's one in polychromos, which I wouldn't necessarily recommend. I love my polychromos, but the metallic ones are a bit of a waste of time. Even if you layer them on top of something else, they're not always particularly good. But the Prismasilver's good. Or if you've got a Derwent, do metallic pens, any metallic pencil. So if you don't have metallic pens, or you feel unconfident using pens, which I could quite understand because I always used to, yeah, pencil will work nicely. If you don't have anything, if you don't have silver pencil or silver pen, then take some of the colours from that we've used already. I would take the strong colours from the outside of the flowers, this eggplant and the whatever that was, amaretto and the whatever the blue was we used, I can't even remember, and use those strong colours to do these bits, dots, and sort of keep it a bit random but symmetrical, because everything else is symmetrical up here, so it would look a little odd. So what I might do is choose one colour for the small dots, one colour for the stars, one colour for the sort of weird hexagony shapes, that sort of thing, and just have some fun with colour. Oh, excuse me sniffing away. I don't want to stop now, having fun. Oh, we're nearly done. There we go. There we are. I think I'm going to make that too. I'm just checking that I've done every one. Yeah, there we are. Ooh. Let's put it more into the middle and take a little photo. There we are. So that is our page done. Actually, let's show you the whole page. Let's just put away that pencil that we didn't use. Wow. I need to push my book up a bit so I can zoom out. Just moving away my swatch charts. So here's our whole page done with the Harmonious set. So I think it adds a sort of real nighttime atmospheric magical look. I mean, it doesn't go at all well with the Prisma on this side, but I'm not trying to do that in my book. If you are, then you might want to do it for the double, because this is a nighttime sort of scene as well. It's up to you, but there we go. I've had a lot of fun. Thank you for watching. Just a short series, but yeah, as I said, I've had a lot of fun, so I hope you have too. I have done a comparison chart between the Harmonious and Prismas in case you don't have the Harmonious pencils, and I can do some others if you want them. Let me know. They're quite hard because they're quite a unique set of colours. Some of them I can match really well. Some of them are really quite tricky, so I try my hardest, but it's not easy. But you might want to just use some colours. If you don't have the Harmonious set, use some similar colours, pinks and blues and things. You don't really need to have them that close to get the same sort of effect. But thank you for watching. Hope you have a super day and happy colouring.